Good afternoon, and welcome to the Seattle Kraken franchise mode. Um, episode one, we are going to show you the team. We're going to do the expansion draft and probably be able to sim the first season. So, the way I'm going to do this is I'm not going to try to win right away like Vegas did. Well, Vegas got kind of lucky with kind of how everything went down and the rules and stuff. So, um, personally, I've done this before with different teams I've made. So, I've created the Seattle Kraken. I just kind of looked at some pictures of the jerseys and stuff, and I did the best I could. Um, so, we're going to do expansion draft custom rosters because the trade deadline has passed and these should be updated. So I'll select the team here. I can show you how I created this. It's not too hard actually. They don't have the actual logos, so I had to like kind of fashion one. Um, I can't remember the GM of Seattle now. Oh, it's Ron Francis. So we're gonna be Ron Francis in this episode. So we're gonna pick Seattle. I didn't create the HL team because I don't really do too much with that with the content. So you see the logo up in the corner there. It's kind of similar. They don't have the logo in the game yet, so we're just gonna continue here. Um, Seattle will be in the Pacific, and I believe Arizona is moving to the Central. So we're just gonna swap them there. Um, yeah, after the roster update and trade deadline, Calgary moves down one, Edmonton moves up, Vegas moves up, Vancouver moves down. So it's a little bit more accurate now. So here we go. We're not going to do owner mode. We're seller cap on. We're going to add a contract here because this is essentially going to start at the end of this season. So anybody on a 1 year contract right now will be a free agent or have to be re-signed by the team. So I'm gonna turn Fog of War off because like they put this in the game, but it's pretty stupid. Where you have to scout NHL players, see how good they are. But most GMs know that Austin Matthews is a good player. You don't have to scout him. Player morale on, computer trades on. Um, we're not gonna have auto management. We're gonna have to hire our own scouts and coaches and stuff. There's gonna be no gameplay in this video. It's gonna be all sim. So if you're looking for gameplay, this won't be the series for you. I'll show you what I play on. Like I will play some games, but it's not going to be on the videos. So I can like update you on how it goes. It just the system I have running. It's just not capable of showing the gameplay where um, where it's actually worth watching. It's kind of choppy, so just where my router is and everything. It's kind of a pain. So, anyways, um, what I do injuries off because when you sim the injuries, you get injured all the time, every game or so. So, like, what I could do, I could turn them on and then turn the sim down to like very very low. Um, yeah, so why don't we do that? Okay, injuries on. It says we'll do 25 years. I'm probably not going to go that far. We're going to trade difficulty to hard, so it's more realistic. If you have it on medium or easy, it's pretty easy to trade up in the draft. If you scout somebody in the top one or two, and they're basically a franchise center, you can just trade like a player and a first rounder and move up like 10 spots, which is totally unrealistic. Advanced settings, um, auto rotate goalies on, add draw director, yes. Sim engine scoring, we're gonna make this high. Draft class quality, we're gonna have high. We want good players. Leave that the same. Head coach firing pop up. I like to have that on because it kind of shows you which teams you may be able to get some players from. Trade offer notifications. We're gonna we're gonna leave that on because you never know. Like the first year, we're gonna be probably trading a lot of veteran players for draft picks. Morale meetings. I'm turning this off just because it happens all the time, and it's kind of it doesn't benefit you at all. This guy's whining about their ice time. Blockbuster trade alert we'll leave on just so we don't get surprised by any crazy trades that go down. So general, I think this is where you can affect the injury occurrence. So computer, we're gonna mark this down to 15. So it's rare to have an injury, but it could happen. Um, this is how I like to have my goalies. Um, make my goalie a little bit better, so it makes the games pretty close. Anyways, so let's get to this. This is it should start off with a draft lottery, see where we're gonna pick, and then hopefully we get the top three pick. Usually top five are elite medium in the first draft. The first draft is all created players, and I have gone in and created some guys that aren't in the game for the 21 and 22 draft class. Owen Power, Matthew Beignets. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but they're U.S. development guys, so I had to create them. Luke Hughes I created as well, so because you don't see any American development players in the game, it's only CHL and European prospects. So let's it will advance the expansion draft. Take a moment to welcome to Seattle. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to trying to win Stanley Cups. Okay, so wow, Toronto. Toronto goes from they're 16 to 3. That is a huge jump. Via Pittsburgh. So I don't even understand why 16 would be part of the draft lottery, but anyways. Um, so we slide from 3 to 6, which sucks because that means we're not going to get a player. And normally I would try to trade up, but we're going to, if teams have their pick on the block, I will make a trade for it, but I'm not just going to like try to trade for the first overall pick unless like the deal makes sense. We're going to try to make this as realistic as possible. So we're going to build this team um, with defense because you can usually get 6 or 7 pretty good defensemen. Every time I do this, I take Josh Manson, and I'm going to do it again. Oh, you know what? Scratch that because Cam Fowler is on this list now. He could be like a top 2 D man for us. He makes 6.5. You want to kind of look at this cap space. We got 81 million for the first year, but I'm gonna do this draft, and then we'll decide if we're gonna try to win first year, if we're gonna try to rebuild, not rebuild, but like build from the draft and everything. So we're gonna take Cam Fowler here with our first pick out of Anaheim, Arizona. Let's see who they have to offer. Um, Derek Brassard. at 1 million. He could be in our top six. I'll take a look, and sometimes I forget to check out the goalies. Like Antti Ranta's here, 2 years, 4.2 million, which is a pretty good. Um, but I think I'm gonna go Derek Brassard. If we change our mind, we can go back. Let's see who Boston has here. They got a lot of good players. Uh, Nick Ritchie is kind of the pick I'm thinking here. He makes 1.5. He's 24. So when his contract's up, he'll be 26. So he'll be a UFA. Jake DeBrusk is also, but he makes a little bit more money. So I'm not sure what to do here. Let's see the goalies. Halak is be a decent starter for a bottom team. I'm gonna go Nick Ritchie. And if you look at the bottom, you can kind of see which positions he picked. So far we got a left wing, center, and a D man. Buffalo, who's the bottom of the league this year. They don't have a lot to choose from. Kyle Poso, if he didn't make so much money, it'd be okay. Riley Shahan here, 700,000 for fourth line center would be okay. So check out their goalies: Carter Hutton, Pekarsky, and Hauser. Um, Probably target Nashville for goalies because I think we can get Saros. Tobias Reeder would be okay. Gergensons. So we're gonna go Riley Shahan here. Now Calgary, I am a Flames fan, so let's see. Giordano is here, Backlund's here, Tanev's here, Mangiapani's here, Chillington, Derek Ryan, um, goalies. Used to be able to get David Reddick here, but now he's a Toronto Maple Leaf after the trade. So the 3 years left with Geo, and he's 36. So he could be our captain in Seattle. So I think I'm gonna go with Giordano here. He can kind of like be the cornerstone of the defense, and in his later years, we could maybe trade him. He has gone down in development. He used to be elite medium. Now he's top four, so he's gonna regress quicker. He'll probably end up being like an 82 in his final year of his contract. So we got two D men now. Cam Fowler and Mark Giordano. So that's a good start. Now we're on the Carolina Hurricanes. Jake Bean here, 2 years, um, entry level contract. This is the pick for me, unless the goalie kind of jumps out of nowhere. Damn. No, this Nedola Kovic. I don't think I'm saying that right, but he's got a backup goalie role, but potential as starter. Man, I kind of want to take him, but Jake Bean is here. He's gonna, yeah, I gotta go Jake Bean here. I think we can find a goalie in another spot. Uh, Chicago now. Adam Gaudette is here. He makes nothing. I like to. You got to watch your cap because you got to make sure to reach the floor. Might be able to get a goalie here. Delia, no. I I think because we will have cap space, I'm gonna go Andrew Shaw here. He could be an assistant captain, grinder, third line winger for us, and he could be valuable in at the deadline for somebody. So I'm gonna go Andrew Shaw. 3.9 isn't awful. Avalanche, um, they got a lot of their guys they protected here. So let's see which goalies. Devin Dubnik, he could be our starter for the first couple of years here. Let's go Devin Dubnik. Come on down. Here's a starter. on the Seattle Kraken unless we can find somebody else. Sometimes you just see teams and they decide not to keep or protect somebody, and we can take advantage of that. Um, yeah, I'm not too familiar with Columbus Blue Jackets. I'll be honest with you. Um, Top six for Cam Atkinson, 5.8 for 6 more years is a lot of money though. He'll be 37 when the contract's up, and he probably won't get better than like an 85, depending on how he does. So I'm gonna go. Let's check out the goalies. No, let's. What's the potential of this guy? Yeah, he's just back up. Okay, we're gonna go. Where was he? I saw him. Stinland, right wing. Kevin Stinland. He's 23. Check out. He was drafted in the second round in 2015, so it's taken him a while to get to the league. But we will take Kevin Stinland. Now on to the Dallas Stars. Semi Vatanen actually just got picked up on waivers by Dallas. That's awesome that NHL 21 did the roster update so quick. They finally figured it out to do it after the deadline. Let's see if Ben Bishop's here. Kudobin's here. 4 years, 3.3. He's also 34, so we just have like a bunch of old goalies. Um, Radek Faxa, 6 years, 3.2. Top nine. Don't see him getting much better than where he's at. Andrew Cogliano. Hmm. Andre Sekera, 3 years, 1.5 to be in probably our fifth defenseman. Let's go with Andre Sekera. All right, Detroit Red Wings. Let's see. Bobby Ryan is here. He's got. I was surprised he wasn't traded at the deadline. Um, Also, Troy Stetcher, who's on a pretty good contract. Goalies, Thomas Grice. He's also 34. Calvin Picard and Boyle. I think we're gonna go Bobby Ryan here to play in our top six, and because we get the advantage of the extra contract year that we get him at $1 million. So we're gonna go Bobby Ryan. Now the Edmonton Oilers. Let's see who they can't protect. Tyson Berry, which is the obvious pick, jumping off the board here. Mike Smith will be here too. Both their goalies. They didn't decide to protect any goalies. Um, I don't like Koskinen, especially at that deal. Mike Smith, he's old. We're gonna go Tyson Berry here. This is gonna be a good detour to start the thing off. All right, Florida Panthers. They did protect Sam Bennett. I was curious if I could get him. I don't really want him. Patrick Hornquist is here. It's a lot of money. Um, Lucas Walmark is a pretty good player. Okay. One thing you got to check when you're drafting centermen, you got to check faceoffs. Like a lot of times you'll see that they only have like a 65 skill level on faceoff, and you can't even play them at center. So we're gonna go Lucas Walmark here, and we definitely need a left winger coming up here. Brendan Lemieux could be the pick here for the Kings or Wagner. I'm thinking Brendan Lemieux though. I'm gonna take too long with these picks. Let's see what Minnesota has. We got Jared Spurgeon who signed this monster contract, 7.5 for 8 more years at 30 years old. He's top four exact, so he could go up a little bit. Probably not though. Um, Marcus Foligno, basically because I feel like we need a left wing. Victor Rask, 4 million. It's kind of a lot of money. See who they got for goalies. Andrew Hammond, remember that tool? He was great for like a couple months. We're gonna go Marcus Foligno here. It's gonna be a good team. I think we're gonna go for it. from the start, because just looking at the team right now, I think that we could maybe be a playoff team, depending on how it goes, especially in the Pacific. Montreal just signed Josh Anderson. They really got to put these no move clauses into the game, like when you sign a guy. Michael Frolik is here, 750,000. That's very low risk. It's goalie, Allen. I thought sometimes Price is available here because his contract is massive. Josh Allen, maybe. Jake Allen. I always call him Josh because the quarterback from the Bills. We're gonna go Michael Frolik here. He could play bottom six and penalty kill for us. Nashville. This is where I'm gonna get my second goalie. I think like Matt Duchene is here and Ryan Johansson, but it's a lot of money. I don't want to commit that kind of contract because we don't know what kind of team we're gonna be. You see Saros. This is the guy for us. So now we have two goalies, Saros and um, I'm spacing on our Devin Dubnik. I think Dubnik was an 82, so Saros will probably be the starter. Um, Ryan Murray here at 4.6, which is a pretty good contract for him. Aaron Dell, he's from my hometown of Airdrie, which is cool. So shout out to Aaron Dell. Um, Nick Merkley, centerman, young guy, top six medium. We want to go Ryan Murray and Nick Merkley. He's a fourth line forward, top six potential. Faceoffs are no good. Let's go Ryan Murray. We're gonna have a good D core, and we're gonna keep 70 on the team. So if we have more than that of NHL, we're gonna trade them for draft picks. So we're gonna look at the team after we do all this and see where we're at. Islanders usually have some good players available, and looks like it's been fixed a little bit. Corey Schneider is on the Islanders, which I didn't even know that. French starter. We could take him, and he could be our AHL goalie because I don't really see anybody on this team that I would want. Kyle Palmieri's all right. Um, at 2.3, I think that's because the Devils are retaining some of his salary. So that's actually a good contract for us. Let's take Kyle Palmieri here. Let's see who the Rangers have. I love this player when I play online. He's so fast. I think his speed is really good. 90. Yeah, we're gonna take. Sometimes they have a good goalie available though. Keith Kincaid. No, thank you. Philip Scheidel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Welcome to the Seattle Kraken. So we're we're getting basically our team going here. We still have 35 million in cap space, and we're about two-thirds the way through the league. So now we're gonna kind of look for some gems. What goalies do they have? Matt Murray is already on the block. Anton Forsberg, Hogberg, they're French starters, so they're not going to get much better. Look for some contract deals. Logan Shaw, 3 years, two-way deal. We're gonna bring him into the team. We got the Flyers. Shane Gostis Bear. We could probably get something for him. So I'm gonna take Shane Gostis Bear here, but we're probably gonna trade him, depending on how it shakes up in our lines. This is Pittsburgh Penguins now. Jeff Carter was just traded there. Um, we're gonna take Teddy Bluger here. Actually, check out the goalies. Um, Max Legacy and Casey DeSmith. Nothing jumping off the page here. I like this guy's contract. He's okay. He's not that fast. His shot's not great either. This guy's a fourth line center. San Jose, we might be able to get someone good here. Brett Burns is here. We could take Brett Burns and trade him. Might have to retain some of his salary to get a first round pick, but since we have the cap space, I'm gonna skip San Jose right now and see if we'll be able to afford him. Was it Jordan Kyrou? He's on his entry level deal. He's here. This is the guy. Unless we can, John Gillies, former Flame. Sammy Blaze is pretty good too, but we're gonna go Jordan Kyrou. We just have to find some good deals. David Savard, why is he making so? His contract is so small. This is another one where I think San Jose was paying some of his contract, and they got a draft pick out of it. Pretty cool. Um, Patrick, I'm not gonna just take advantage and take all these D men. So I like this Ruta guy though. We're gonna take Patrick Maroon, and he can be our fourth line winger. What else we got here? See who Toronto has. Zach Hyman. I really like Zach Hyman. I usually take him, so I'm gonna take him again. Our forwards are almost set here, so we're gonna take Brent Burns. 6 years left. We're gonna have to trade him like at the draft because he just goes down and down. Vancouver. Um, there's nobody great here. Sometimes they don't protect Demko. Holtby is not protected now, which is probably accurate. Seattle might take Holtby as their goalie in the real thing. We need one more goalie. I don't want to spend 4 million. Um, let's go Justin Bailey here. He's top nine, 24 years old, entry level contract. Um, we still have 21 million in cap space. There's going to be nobody in free agency the first year because the contracts all got extended by a year. So anybody that's not signed now will be there. Basically, I think it's Dustin Bufflin and then a bunch of two-way guys. We need another D-man because we're supposed to have 9. So take Trevor Van Riemsdyk here. And Winnipeg, I believe this is the last team. And we have 21 million. We could take anybody we want. Paul Stastny makes too much. We need a goalie, actually. So I think we have to take a goalie here. I'm going to take Eric Comrie, 24. Doesn't make that much money. And this is the team. It's pretty good. I think this is one of our better expansion drafts. And we're picking 6 overall. So what my plan is to maybe trade Brent Burns and 6 overall, and maybe we can move up in the draft to get a better prospect. I'm not going to do the draft interviews because the scouts usually do that. So we'll take a look at the draft class here. Now, see, Winnipeg is like my deal was I wasn't going to trade up unless they wanted to trade. Now, let's take a look. Now we got Kaminsky here. It's a franchise right winger, small, 5'8", 164. This guy is like a budding superstar. So we're gonna try to make a move for the first overall pick. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but it's hard to pass up especially when he's willing to move it. So Brent Burns, see, they are already over the salary cap. It's going to be very hard to do. Um, so we're going to trade 6 overall. Um, who is our most valuable player that we're not going to keep? Tyson Berry, Fowler, Burns, Giordano. These are our top four D-men. We got 2 righties and 2 lefties, which is pretty good. Um, Jake Bean, maybe. Shane Bear we were talking about. The problem is Winnipeg is already up against the cap, so we're gonna have to take a contract back. Let's see. See, we could include Paul Stastny in the deal. This might work. No. Um, maybe I could retain some money on Bear, and then I will add in another draft pick when they want a third rounder. I still know. Um, so there's 4 million we can play with here. Let's see. It's weird trading all these defensemen so I can get a forward. See, Ryan Murray, we don't have to add anything. Okay, so they still having a hard time. This is because it's on hard. Like this was on medium, it would be done. We're gonna trade our second. I usually go for the best goalie available with my second rounder in expansion drafts. Here we go. So I like to go through that trade if we could. It was basically Shane Bear. We retained $1 million. Um, our 6 overall pick and another defenseman we were going to move and a second round pick. So it's a hefty price, but now we get our franchise um, right winger. He's a right shot. He's fast. His shooting is good. Physical is the only thing not in the A's. His comparable is Michel Goulet. It's pro mentality, young age. Any team would love to have his personality in the room. So he's the pick here. His name's Ilya Kaminsky. Let's see. He's an 80 overall. I don't even know if we're going to sign him for the first year. So we're going to send him to our next pick, which is pick 99, because we traded most of our mid round stuff. So I'm going to sort by goalies. No, nothing available where we're picking, so we're going to go best player available here. Kind of look at we got 2 goal or defensemen here, elite, medium. He's 4 years away. This guy, they're saying he's a bust. Our scouts are, so gonna avoid him. Got a top 6 forward here. Not the draft class for the first year usually isn't great because it's all kind of created guys. So let's go top guy on the board. He's a top 6D man, 62 overalls, a 4-year ETA to the NHL. So let's see if we can get him there. I believe he was a Canadian, so he won't be able to play in the sort by potential here. This guy's got elite medium, late pick from Russia. His skating is E. That's not good. We got Ivan Komutov. This might be the pick here. 4-year ETA as well. Let's see. He probably won't be elite. Yes, bottom 6 forward. Okay, so we're going to send him to pick 163, which is round 6 or 5. I think it's 6. Let's see if we can find a goalie. Listen or Radulov. Both European. Let's go listen. See what his potential is. French starter, so he's on. French starters are they can get to like maybe high 70s. So best player available again. Bottom 6 forward, Colin Ford. His weakness is skating, strength, reach. So he's tall. This guy could be fourth line winger for us. Bottom 6 forward, 51 overall. That was good. Okay, so we don't have any more picks. So that's the end of the draft. So we're going to, yeah, I think we're going to sim to the re-sign phase, which is there's going to be nobody because everybody got an extra year on their deal. Um, so I'll just verify and make sure, but that's usually the way it is. Hit the wrong button there. All expiring. No one's expiring. So we're good. We got 23 million in cap space. I could sign our franchise winger. We're gonna take a look and see. So what we have to do, unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time, is sign our minor league team. And Dustin Bufflin is here. Um, we can offer the most money on him. Everyone's going to be up against the cap except for us. So I'm going to offer him a contract, and then we can deal him at the deadline. We'll give him a 1 year deal, and we'll just give him 6 million so he can come into our team here. Jason Spezza is on free agency for some reason. I'm not sure why. Um, Hutchinson. Okay, so we need some two-way deals, and we'll sort by potential. So, but 2 starter mediums here. We're going to sign for our minor league team. I think he's an RFA. So I'm sure the team will. Oh, they didn't qualify him. Okay, so he's not a qualified RFA, so he's just out there. Um, okay, so what we're going to do, we need to sign. I'm going to sign them to 3 year deals based on potential. I just go through the positions, so I can. We'll do 5 centimeter. There's actually a fair bit of guys here. I usually give them what they want on free agency, just so I don't have to. Especially when it's a two-way deal, it doesn't really matter. 57, no. You got to be in the 60s for sure. That's weird. 2 years and he wanted less money for the second year. Um, okay, so we got 4 wingers there, 5 centimeter. Now we're just gonna. It helps chemistry too when you do well in the minors. And hopefully, these guys all sign. Um, Okay, we got some top 4 Ds here, which is nice. I'll give him the most I can on a 2-way deal. Because there are other teams interested. Top 4D low, we're not gonna mess with. Let's just go top 60 medium. Okay, so we got 5 signed there, and I believe we'll probably have a couple that we drafted um, in our expansion draft. So we're gonna sim to next season. Um, Bobby Ryan for 3rd and a 5th. We're gonna decline and edit our trade block here of guys we don't want to trade. Actually, Paul Stastny would probably be um, yeah, Paul Stastny. These are the 1-year deal guys. Um, I'm not gonna get much for any of these guys, anyways. That first overall, first round pick is worth a lot. So I don't have anybody that I really want to trade right now. So now this is where we get all the accepted offers for our minor league team. Ikonen, basically he thinks that he deserves more money, but you're a 2-way guy, so I'm not giving you more money. Looks like everybody has basically signed here. Um, this trade's okay. Zach Hyman and Van Riemsdyk for a 2nd, a 3rd, Teasdale, and a 6th. That's some good draft capital, but I'm not going to accept that as of right now. Dustin Bufflin accepts our contract offer. I might have to turn trade notifications off. That would be a good deal if we didn't have like 9 defensemen. I like Michael Stone. He makes like nothing too. Just gonna go through this. In the off season, you do get a lot of trade offers. Nick Robertson, a 2nd for Tyson Berry to go back. He's got 1 year left. Travis Hamonic. I don't know why they're offering these crappy trades. Oh, I should have took that trade. I missed it. Kyle Palmieri, you got a 2nd. He's our #1 scorer of all the guys we picked up. I'm in for a 2nd and a 7th. Oh, if they offer that Kyle Palmieri trade again, I will accept it. Not that one. I wanted the draft pick. No, they're offering 2/3. No. So I definitely want to get the first overall pick the first year because Owen Power is a franchise defender, defensive defenseman. Um, most of the guys I created are pretty good. They're low 80s. Their potential is high. So this is the coach suggested lines. I'm gonna mess with them. Nick Ritchie, Stastny, and Jordan Kyrou. I'm gonna leave Kyrou there. And Hyman is going to move to the second line because we want to have the chemistry. Lucas Walmart. See, if I move him down, then you get a +3 here, but we lose the one on there. So let's see if we can mess with this a little bit. No, it's not bad having a +3 and 2 zeros. Yeah. So if I move Paul Mary up to fourth line, um, that didn't affect anything. Okay. So Paul Mary is a left wing or right wing. Walmart, Felino. So these guys can. That's the most chemistry we have. But if we move, there we go. We get Bobby Ryan on top line. We get also a +3. Um, I'm just trying to find the best. Um, that's probably the best we're going to do with the team we have. Let's see the scratched players. See, Scheidel needs to be on the team um, instead of possibly Bluger. Um, um, see, that doesn't change it much. I think it's Felino and Paul Mary that have the chemistry. So Scheidel, Kairu. Okay, that's good. Giordano and Bufflin. So we're gonna put Burns on the top there, and Fowler and Berry, and Jake Bean and Bufflin. Um, this is gonna. I don't think we're gonna be a bottom feeder at all. I think we're gonna compete this first year. Um, Bufflin and Burns on the point, Cairo, and we're gonna trade these guys if they're these 1 year. We'll go through and see. Zeros is the starter. Um, see the penalty kill. Broussard and Shaw, Geidel and Hyman, Bufflin and Burns. I would like to put Giordano on the top penalty kill. And that's it for lines. We're gonna set the captains now. Mark Giordano is gonna be the captain. Um, so we're gonna unassign because we're gonna do this our own way. We sign a guy in summer and we give him EA. That doesn't happen. Okay, so Mark Giordano is the captain. We said that from the beginning. Andrew Shaw will be an alternate, and Eric Broussard or Cam Fowler. I'm gonna go Cam Fowler. He was our first pick. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Um, Bobby Ryan wears 54 in Detroit, but he wears 9 normally, so it's not retired on our team. So everyone's number looks kind of where it should be. Um, I'm not going to worry about the goalie equipment right now because we're basically simulating. Um, so I did change my mind on the injuries. I'm just going to turn them off because we want to get through these seasons. Coincidental milling time. This is just morale meetings are off. Good. Trade offer notifications. We're going to change it to stars only. And penalty time scaling. This is when we play. You don't want the penalties to be actually 2 minutes. Um, Injuries will turn off. So that should make it go a little quicker when we sim. So we're going to do the first season. So thanks for staying with me here. And Well, let's sim to the regular season. Our first game is at the Pittsburgh Penguins, which is pretty odd. Usually you play Vegas first. It's every year. Let's see how we do in the preseason here. We're 3-1. Basically, preseason in NHL 21 is to just play your division once each, and we go 6-1 in preseason. So let's see what happens here. We'll go 2 months at a time. So I'll simulate to December 1st and kind of do some commentary through. First game we lose 8-2, then 3-1 win in Nashville, at Florida 6-5 win. We'll check out the draft class here, make sure everything's good here. Yeah, because I did forget that they did a roster update, so the guys won't be in it, like the American guys, which kind of sucks. Um, Paul Layton, this guy's created. If you see USA, they're all created because they don't have the rights to the US teams. So that sucks. Offensive defenseman, he's comparable to PK Subban, so he'll be the first overall pick. Brant Clark is pretty good. He's going to be in the top 5 in this actual class. Dylan Gunther out of Edmonton. Uh, a lot of mock drafts have Simone Evanson going to the Flames this year in the top 10. So let's see. We're 3-1. We've lost the opener, and then we've got on a little streak here. So we are 4-2, back to back with New York and Ottawa. We lose 3-2 and then win 3-2. We lose 2-1 against Arizona. Home to the Capitals, big win, 5-2 win at Toronto, and then at San Jose. That's quite the travel schedule. And we lose in a shootout 4-3 in both games. Then over to Calgary, shootout win. So 3 straight shootouts, 4 straight shootouts. Another loss in the shootout though. It's one thing I didn't change is our shootout lineup. Maybe I need to do that. 8-3-6. We got like a fair bit of points in the overtime loss area. We are in the top 3 in the division. Oh, we just fell down here. 9-6-6. Oh, playing Tampa, 6-1 loss. Okay, so we'll take a look. We've 2 months in to the first season here. Nick Ritchie is our top scorer at almost a point a game, 10 goals, 12 assists, 24 games played. We'll check out the standings. We're 10-8-6. We are 5th in the division. Um, Los Angeles is running away with it. Vegas just behind them. Edmonton's there. Um, Vancouver, Calgary, San Jose are behind us. Vancouver's tied with us, actually. They should be ahead of us. I'm not sure. Oh, points percentage is actually even, so we just get the tiebreaker. We should, I think we should get it based on our win total. So Vancouver should actually be ahead of us. Don't really need to go through everything. We can do that at the end of the season. So we will sim to February 1st, and then we're gonna kind of look at our team and see if we're gonna make some moves. We're gonna do some re-signing. This next 2 months will definitely dictate what we're gonna be doing. Now we're kind of middle of the group here. We just 3 straight wins at Columbus now, another win. So we're climbing the stands here. That's 5 straight wins. Quite the homestand here. Oh, 10-1 loss to the Penguins. Kind of derailed our win streak there. Florida win. At the Hawks, we lose 5-1. Quite the time off here, 5 days off, rest up. Uh, Dallas at home, we lose 5-4, and we lose to the Ducks. We're into January. Um, we got about 5 straight losses now, 6 straight, getting, and we are last place in the division. You're seeing no trade offers. Try changing our surplus. I will do that. Just I like to find my own trades. Oh, definitely try to trade a couple D-men for some first rounders this year, and maybe I always like to trade for first rounders in future drafts rather than the one that we're going to go into. All right, so it's February 1st now. We're 20-20-9. We are not a playoff team. We are tied for last, and we are 13 points out of a playoff spot in the division. Central, so 45 points. So 56 points is the wild card cutoff. So we are 7 points out of a wild card spot. Looks like the Flames and the Ducks will be the top two wild card teams. But we'll see what happens here. Kings and Oilers are top in that division. Jets and Blues, Maple Leafs, and Blue Jackets. So these are the top teams. So maybe we could Blue Jackets maybe would be interested in one of our players. So let's take a look at the contracts. First off, we're going to go to all expiring. So these are guys that need new contracts. Um, they all want to resign, except for Bobby Ryan. So we're going to trade Bobby Ryan. I'm sure his value is super low. So Winnipeg wants him. If we get a second round pick for Bobby Ryan right now, I'd be happy with that. Winnipeg would have more than 45 skaters. So maybe we could get a similar player. Suni, he's in the CHL. Oh, these are all, they don't have many right wingers. That's kind of weird. Um, take a look here. Trevor Lewis and a second. Yeah, we have to send him a draft pick back. Maybe a fifth rounder. There we go. So Trevor Lewis can come in and play Bobby Ryan's role. We're going to do assistant GM best roster right now, and then we'll go back and fix it. So um, I'm not going to re-sign Dustin Bufflin. I don't see him in our future plans. Tyson Berry, yes. He wants 6.8 for 3 years. If you do a 4-year deal at 6.6, it's not a bad deal. Um, Hyman needs a contract. He, I don't think I want to be stuck with Hyman for 6 years. RFAs, I'm not too worried about. Kyle Palmieri, Paul Stasny. Now we got to make sure we don't want to drop below the salary cap floor, or it'll adjust our contracts for us, which sucks. Okay, so he's an 87 overall defenseman. He's We'd probably get a second rounder for him. Washington wants him, but their team isn't doing great, which I'm not sure why they would want him. They don't even have a first, so that's because can we get their 2022 first round pick? No. Problem is, yeah, a lot of guys they'll be full on their team. Okay, so can we get a first rounder from Toronto next year? Disapproved, please. Okay, so let's get a second and maybe a rookie. Um, Kokanen. That won't count because he's not a signed player. Okay, let's see who they got. The lowest value. Brooks. Will this work? This would be a good trade for us. Kokanen we could sign next year. Top 60, second rounder this year, and for Dustin Bufflin, and that gets it done. I'll see if you can see on the left there, we are below the salary cap floor now. So we need to acquire a contract, or it's going to mess up our all the contracts because they'll adjust them to get to the floor. See, right now, actually, we're right on the line, so we don't have to. That's the issue here. Um, thing you can do it at the draft, and then you don't have to worry about it. Tyson Berry, we offered a contract to Zach Hyman. Let's see if he'll go for a 3-year deal. How about 4.25? I could live with that. RFAs, I'll deal with in the off season. Paul Stasny, you're not gonna get anything for him anyway, so just keep him on the team right now. Same with Kyle Palmieri. Nick Ritchie's an RFA. I'm like curious what he wants. 6 million? Are you kidding me? We'll qualify him and then maybe get a draft pick for him. I'm not paying him anything close to that. Andrew Shaw's um, pretty low on the list here. Um, we're not gonna get anything for these guys anyways. So let's see the goalies. Um, Devin Dubnik, we should deal. We'll deal for a younger goalie. Let's see if anybody wants Devin Dubnik. The Blues do, and the Lightning do. The Lightning are. I would put them over the cap just a little bit. So let's see if we can get a goalie, Alnefelt, but he's not signed. That trade would work if Tampa didn't have all these players. So let's see if we can get someone, their lowest rookie, just to make the trade go through. Um, and I do accept Hugo Alnefelt is a goalie prospect, 78 overall. He's unsigned. That's a good deal for us. Um, now I think we've gone below the floor again, but whatever. If it adjusts the contracts by a couple 100,000 for each guy, it's not really the biggest deal. Okay, so we're going to sim to the trade deadline. We'll go into the trade deadline. We'll show you the mini game, which is a lot of people like it. I don't know. It's okay. I thought it'd be better where you could call the player and kind of negotiate the trade, or call the agent. Now you just basically Tyson Berry accepted our contract offer, which is good. We're 22, 22, and 9, At Tampa, we win in overtime. At Montreal now, we lose in a shootout. We might set the record for overtime lost points. 11. I don't know what the record is, but 11 is a lot. And the music in this game is awful. All right. So I don't really think we have a shot at the playoffs. We're so we're going to be a seller. Now, since it's stars only for, see, we Brent Burns and Tyson Berry are on here. I'm not trading Tyson Berry. I just re-signed them, so that doesn't make sense. Teams interested in Brent Burns are Vegas, Tampa, and Calgary. I will trade Brent Burns to Calgary for a 2022 first round pick. Um, See, they know that that draft pick is going to be good. What about 2021 first? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to trade for Lucic. So that'll be under the league minimum cap, even with really even bringing in that 5.2. Okay, let's retain. We'll retain 2 million, which is a fair bit. That doesn't even get it done. So yeah, I kind of wanted to trade Burns, but that's the problem when you don't have the cap. Okay, so let's try this again. We need um, so the worst contracts on Calgary are Lucic and Derek Ryan. So let's see if we can just. That would have more than 45 skaters. Oh my god. Okay, so now we need to trade a player that makes nothing. Timothy Bluger. There. This should get it done. And we call up Andre Sakara. So Brent Burns off to Calgary. We get their first round pick, and we bring back Lucic and Derek Ryan. Um, Basically, all our defensemen are on the block here. I'm not going to trade anybody else because our cap is the way it is. That's why I kind of like to be up against the cap so we can trade our guys. Try to do that next time. I'm just going to exit from the deadline here because I don't see us making any other moves. It's kind of interesting how they did it, where you could kind of go through and see who's on the market. Wow. So Calgary's loading up. They trade the 2022 first round pick and Connor Zary and a second for Keith Yandel. Wow. That trade makes no sense. Okay, so we're gonna sim to the draft. We'll follow along. If we make a comeback and we get into the playoffs, we'll go one game at a time here. All right. So we are losing games like we want to because we want a top pick. Let's see if our scouts have more information on these guys yet. Okay, so it looks like the top three picks are defensemen. Um, I believe this Jazz guy wasn't he first before? Okay, so he's got the Brent Burns. The other guy was DK Subban. So yeah, that's him. The two left defensemen, elite mediums. Um, Brant Clark is unknown right now because I'm assuming that I don't have a scout. Um, but he's elite medium too, from what I remember. His ETA I think is 3 years. That's just the downside to him. Dylan Gunther is probably a good pick for us if we have a pick in that spot. If we don't pick, if we're picking in like this spot here or this spot, I will trade down so I get him and maybe get another second round pick or something. Um, Durati, I wonder if they like change this because he's been elite high the whole time, but he doesn't get picked till like the 20th round because he or 20th spot because his ETA to the NHL is 3 years or so. Kind of annoying, but that's kind of what you want when you're doing one of these franchise modes because you don't really want to be good right away. Like Vegas kind of screwed their franchise up, I think, by doing so well at the beginning, trading their assets. So yeah, we're second last in the division here, just ahead of the Canucks. The Flames are in the playoffs, but they're a wild card team, so that first round pick could be high teens if they go out in the first round. So we could have a couple of picks there, but they are 2-0, 3-0 in their series, so they swept the Golden Knights, so that's going to be in the 20s now. So I was kind of hoping they get ready. And Flames and the Oilers in the second round. I think the Oilers are about to beat them, so the Flames lose in round two. Oilers and Avalanche in the conference finals. So we'll have one lottery pick, and then we get the pick from Calgary. It's the Oilers and the Capitals in the final, and the Oilers win the cup. So we're off to a horrible start here. Good for McDavid and the city of Edmonton to finally get a winning team back there in Edmonton. Okay, let's take a look here. So we pick in ninth spot. So that's kind of where Dylan Gunther is probably going to go. So probably don't have to make too much moves. Ottawa loses the lottery. Dallas wins it. Dallas moves from 7-1. So Dallas and Detroit will get those top two B-men. And I'm not sure exactly where we'll pick with the Calgary pick. So maybe we'll look at the draft board and see. I don't need to do the interviews. Um, like we'll go through and see if anyone is looking to move their pick. Florida, maybe we could trade up for Ratty there. Let's see where we pick. We picked 22 with the Flames pick. So let's see if we can maybe make a move into the 15 with that pick. So take 22nd and a third. Usually can do it to move up. No, that didn't work. Okay, so we might have to use one of our seconds. We got a couple second rounders. We have 3 second rounders. So let's move 58th. And good. Now we're in the top 15. So we picked number 9 and number 15. Um, let's take a look at the draft class here. Um, this is a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Simone Evanson or Dylan Gunther would be my picks here. Dylan Gunther is 2 years away, left wing. So we could pair him with our franchise right winger, which will start on the team next year. We got Carson Lambos as well. So now let me go down to 15. We got a top six here, Sokolov. He's 3 years away. The Addy who was the consensus first overall pick when this game came out. He's 2 years away. We got Dylan Sorelli, elite high defensive. Shea Weber comparable. So I think Sorelli and I kind of wish I had more info on Simone Evanson. He's a defenseman. Okay, so let's see how this draft plays out. Dallas gets Leighton first overall, then Detroit gets Jazz, like we kind of predicted. Ottawa loses the lottery, but they still get Brant Clark. I think these two guys here are creative players, so Brant Clark would be the top pick of actual players so far. LaHaru goes to Minnesota. Blackhawks get Wah or Roy. Vancouver. That was good value to get a elite defender. 77 overall at 6 overall. Nashville gets Nesbitt, another good pick. The Rangers get Kennins. So we have our pick here of Evanson or Gunther. Since we don't know the potential of Evanson, and we do know elite medium for Gunther, so we're gonna go Dylan Gunther here, 9th overall. Hopefully it's correct. Elite medium. That's pretty good. Um, so Christian Lambos goes here, kind of before you kind of thought he was gonna go. Ness goes here. Arizona, Eklund, Cole Sillinger. Okay, so we might get both guys we wanted. Oh, see, Simone Evanson goes here. I almost wanted to trade up because he was still available. So we have Sokolov and Sorelli. Sorelli isn't expected to go till 21, so I'm going to trade down. So I actually didn't need to trade up with. So let's trade down to 19. Let's see if we can get a second rounder out of this. So we'll give you our 15th, and you give us 51st overall. Will that work for you? That's rejected. So we'll offer them our third round. This should work. There we go. So now we move down. We're wheeling and dealing here at the draft. Olsen goes. Columbus takes Sokolov. New Jersey goes Dylan Chayka. And our defenseman that we wanted, Cirelli, is here. And Ratti is here too. He's elite, medium. This guy has a chance at being elite high. He might only be top 4D high. Either way, 6'3", 204, age 18. So he could get even bigger than that. We're gonna take him here. He's a top 6D high. So the potential that we had from our scout is not 100% correct here. I just want to see where Ratty's supposed to go. He's supposed to go in the next 2 picks. Can we trade up with our second round picks to get him? He's not going to last to Florida. We might have to trade with Anaheim. Let's see what we can come up with here. So our second round picks, they're interested in our second round pick. So We might be able to do 41st and 56. I didn't want to trade all three of them because we can get some decent players here. So what if we trade a future third? There we go. So we're going to take Ratty here. It's going to take him a while, but he could turn into a top line winger for us. Elite medium is 68 overall. Very nice. So we're just going to sim to our picks now. Round 2. Let's see if we can get a superstar goalie. What do we got here? We got a backup. We got elite medium here. 115th. We wouldn't have to take him now. And we got Boyko as well. So we're going to pin these guys. Take them later. Um, I don't see anybody jumping off the page here. Roulette. He's got a good, what was that first thing? Shooting A minus. Puck skills is D. So he's slow and he's not that good on so he could be maybe a fourth line guy, but with elite potential, those will get better. Let's see if he's top 9. That's okay for a second round, honestly. I'm gonna take one of the goalies here with the 4th round pick. Actually, this guy kind of jumped off the page at me. Elite medium, possibly. Let's see. Top 60. That's okay. The 169. I don't think those goalies are going to be here, but let's take a look. No, I missed my chance. Benjamin Gaudreau, are you related to Johnny? Probably not. Sarnia Stang. Okay, what do we got here? Elite medium, lefty, 5-year ETA. Well, best player available. Let's go. 7th D is his potential, so that's way off. We're gonna have to upgrade our scouts for sure. I think I definitely forgot to do that. Best player available. Let's, yeah, not much to play with here. Let's just roll the dice on an elite and hopefully we can hit it. Another 7th D. All right, so that's the end of the draft. So we're gonna go through free agency and we'll send to the next season, and then that'll be the end of the episode. And then we will bring out. I'll probably like upload all these at the same time, so you guys can watch them in succession. Because it's such good content, you know. This is more for me, like having fun and stuff while I'm at home in quarantine. I don't have COVID. I'm just at home because it's a weird world right now. Okay, so let's go by position. Wow, our team is on free agency. Okay, so Eric Brassard, 33 years old. I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you um, 4 years when you're 33. Paul Stasny, sorry, dude, your time with us is up. Can we get him on a 5-year deal for 2.4? Could be our second line center or possibly a winger. Eric Ryan, we got in the trade. We'll give you a 2-year deal for 1.75. Playing our bottom 6. Uh, Trevor Lewis, possibly be a 4th line penalty killer. Lucas Walmark. You don't want to resign, probably because we have a lot of players. We'll qualify you. Hopefully, you sign for what you signed for last year. Riley Shahan. That's a lot of money for bottom six, but we have 38 million in cap space, so I guess we could pay you this 1.2 for 2 years. So three, four, five centermen there. I'll once I do each position, I will advance. Does Nick Ritchie still want $6 million? Oh my God, he wants 8.5. Yeah, we're gonna qualify you. No one's paying an 82 overall forward. I'm just curious, did he get like 60? Oh, because he got 34 goals with 30 assists. That's why he wants so much money. That's a good season. I'll qualify you. No one will sign you for that, and then you'll probably come back at the 1.5. And okay, so we got three signed left wingers right now. Marcus Foligno, 1.6. We're going to release Michael Furley because he doesn't want to resign. We get you on a 4-year deal. Alon Lucic. I'm just curious. It costs 1.7 million for 4 years to buy him out. We'll just keep him. He can play on our bottom six, or maybe be the captain of the Burnaby Aces, which is our HL team that I never really created. Okay, so we're gonna sim a day and see who comes back. Trevor Lewis, Shahan, Derek Ryan. He wants to win. He doesn't think our team's in a position to win anytime soon. Perhaps more money will change my mind. So we'll go back and we'll see if we can maybe up his offer. Derek Brassard, same thing. Okay, so I have to go back to center and kind of fix that up a little bit. We're gonna. Do we want to sign Kaminsky, or should he season one more year? 26 goals, 14 assists in his. So that's just like simulated numbers in Russia, where he. So he's a first line forward now. Look at the slap shot power. That's ridiculous. Um, okay, so we'll sign him. You can play his rookie year as the first line right winger. Jordan Kyrou. This is another situation where I'm just going to qualify because I don't want to pay him that. If someone offers him 5 million and I can get a first and a third, I believe that's what the compensation is. Kyle Palmieri, I don't think I'm going to sign him. I'm just going to let him go. Andrew Shaw's here. Stinland, also an RFA. So he didn't have the greatest year. We're going to see if we can get you for 0.25 for 4 years. Buy some of those UFA years. Bailey, same thing. Money doesn't really go up when you do the years, so his potential isn't that great. Our D, Giordano and Berry and Fowler all kind of stayed in the same spot. Uh, Big Bean, he's going to want. Actually, that's a good contract. Let's do 5 years, 4.5. It's a good second contract for him. Van Riemsdyk doesn't want to resign, but let's see what it would cost. We could get him at 3 million, but we're just gonna release him. So we got four. So we got a top six here. Kakinen. This was that rookie that we got in the trade. So we'll sign you. You'll be our sixth defenseman or seventh, depending on how you guys do here. AHL top two. We'll just give you a 3-year, two-way deal. These guys are rookies we drafted. We don't have to sign them yet. And our goalie core is Elnefeld's going to be our starter in the AHL, and Soderstrom will probably be his backup. Sogard will be ECHL. You can't really see the stats, but that's kind of where they go. Saros is our starter. He only wants, what can we get for 5 years? That's not too bad. Can we get him at 1.75? Because he could move up pretty well. And then we got Eric Comrie as our backup goalie. We'll just pay him a little bit less for 3 years. It will advance another day. Comrie resigns, Jake Bean resigns, Denland, Saros, Alcott, Bailey. Our second day went a lot better. Okay, so there's the centers that we needed to look at again. Uh, Maybe Stasny instead of Broussard. He'll probably want more money. What did Broussard want? Oh, that's less actually. So we're gonna release Broussard. Um, so let's just give Derek Ryan a 1 year, $2 million deal. He comes back. Um, Title might be our top line center now, which will be another kind of rebuilding year. We're building up our team. And Kaminsky, follow his career and see how he can do. He's going to be everywhere. Um, but what country is that? Ukraine? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do here. We have qualified a few guys. Um, so yeah, we definitely need to upgrade our scouts. We have no European scouts, so that's not good. Um, let's see. We don't have any money, so we'll have to. Let's see if I can still pay him this, and we'll see what they do. I've never had a problem. Okay, so we're almost at the contract limit. Let's take a look at who's available. So no Ovechkin's here. I'm not going to sign Ovechkin. Real Kaprizov, but he's an RFA. Taylor Hall's here. Nick Ritchie, 8.7. No, I actually hope someone signs him. Now, we have to get to the floor, so I'm thinking that we could sign Ryan Getzlaff to be our first line center. Um, so we'll just outbid St. Louis because we have the cap space. We'll just give him a 1 year deal for $9 million. Um, just curious. Tuukka Rask is here. So this would put us at 67 million, and I think the floor is 69. So we have to sign another guy. Yeah, and a Fowler. This guy would be good. Good potential. He wants 6 years. Let's give him 5 million over 5 years. And let's send him to next season. And I really hope someone offers on Richie because that would give us some draft capital. Because I don't see him continuing that success that he had, being a 30 goal scorer every year. Lucas Walmark accepts his qualifying offer. Jordan Cairo also needs to. I would probably offer him a contract before the season starts. We're going to end this video before season 2. Okay, so um, unfortunately, there's no chemistry. But if we put Scheidel up here on the wing, there's no chemistry boost. But I was kind of hoping, what can we do to? We got no chemistry boost for. Oh, so we're just gonna have to roll with this. Um, we got +1s for our second and third line. Um, I was thinking Derek Ryan more of a second line or third line center, but we'll see how this goes. This is definitely going to be another rebuilding season. I don't see this team doing much. Our defense is pretty good. Top top 4 comparable with any other team. Um, they have Kaminsky on the point with a 98 slapshot power. It's not a bad idea. I have Fowler as a. So we're gonna flip these two. So we have the one-time shot available. Andrew Shaw's not a power play player. Let's find a left winger. Brendan Lemieux would be good there. Marcus Foligno. Brendan Lemieux needs to play on our team, so I think Patrick Maroon will be sacrificed and be a stretch. I'm just curious if we can move him top line. No, that's okay. So scratched guys are Walmart, Lucic, and Maroon. Um, check out the numbers here. Derek Ryan, number 10. We don't have any um, numbers that are. Lucic should be 17, but or 15. Okay. I'm curious why Kaminsky. Well, he's 19. I thought he was number 15. Okay. Shaw, Fowler, and Giordano, Comrie, and Saros are the goalies. Okay, there we go. We're just gonna sim to regular season here, and we'll cut this off now. Thanks for watching the first season of the Seattle Kraken franchise mode. Hoping to do 2 seasons per video from now on. This one was longer because of the expansion draft and everything that we had to do with that. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks a lot, and have a great day.